Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hi if you're new, and welcome to my second book haul of the week. This time, however, we are all one genre and we're all romance books, because this year I've discovered I quite like reading romance, and it's a genre that I didn't think I was going to like. So over the last couple of years that I've sort of been reading a lot more and been on BookTube, I've not picked up any romance really, very occasionally, but it turns out I do like it. So I thought I'm going to treat myself to a few. So some of these I have bought basically because they were talked about a lot on BookTube and I'm intrigued. Some of them are based on the author that I've heard of before, and a couple of them maybe are just a pretty cover. I don't know a lot about the actual content of these books, I'm afraid. And I kind of don't want to. Not too much. Little gist will do. Let's work this out. Right, so the first one I've got is Dating Dr. Dill. This one I know was all over BookTube last year. It sounds really good. I believe this is a fake dating to romance, and we join Karina, whose dad has said that he's going to give her a house if she gets married within 4 months, and I'm not too sure what the issue is with the doctor as to why he gets involved with the fake dating as well, but I believe the two get together, and I've just heard good things, so I'm intrigued to give this a go. Then the next book I've got, I've only heard one BookTube talk about, and that is Steph from Steph Loves, and this is Dream On by Angie Hockman. I absolutely love the cover for this. Now I know we join Cass, who's involved in a car accident, and she wakes having these memories of this guy Devon, who after those sort of her friends and that have looked into it, he doesn't exist. So she sort of cracks on with her, goes back to her normal life, but then further down the line, Devon actually, he does exist, and they meet, and I'm assuming they get together. It sounds a very cute little story. Then next one is an author buy, and I've got Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. I don't know, this is one of those I really don't know much about the plot. So you've got Mackenzie, she's a people pleaser. She meets local bad boy Cooper Hartley, who realises that Mac isn't just another rich clone and falls for her hard. But the secret's being hidden. It looks like it's going to be actually quite complex and involved, but I think it's going to be good. Then we have The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. I picked this up because I heard it talked about a lot on BookTube last year, and I've heard not so good things, and that intrigues me. Is this fake dating too? I'm not actually sure. Or is it, no, this is Enemies to Lovers, I think, isn't it? I think this is Enemies to Lovers. But yeah, I just heard this talked about so much on BookTube and not always in a good light, and that's when I want to read it myself and find out for myself what I think. So yeah, it's Enemies to Lovers. I'm intrigued. I want to give that a go. Then I've got two books by the same author. We've got Tessa Bailey's It Happened One Summer and Hook, Line and Sinker. Again, all over BookTube last year. I don't know a lot about them. I know this is the first one. We join Piper, who's sort of like a bit of a social butterfly, and the stepdad threatens to cut her off, or does cut her off, sends her to, I believe, like this fishing village, which she's absolutely horrified at the idea about. But then she falls in love, I believe, with a local guy there, and I assume it's sort of like a bit of a change, and it's sweet. It's sweet and romantic. And then I think this one is in the same world but not the same people, but I'm not sure. I've not read the back just in case it is the same people, but I have a feeling it's not. But I've heard good things. Right, a few more. We've got The Intimacy Experiment by Rosie Dannon, and this was a cover buy. I'll admit, I thought it was pretty. And what do we see here? Naomi and Ethan host a buzzy seminar series on modern intimacy, the perfect solution to their problems until they discover a new one, their growing attraction to each other. They built the syllabus for love's latest experiment, but none of them expected they'd be the ones putting it to the test. That sounds quite sweet, actually. I like the sound of that. Then we have The Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren. I have heard amazing things about these two authors. I've heard brilliant things about this book, so I'm intrigued. From what I sort of remember hearing about online is you've got, what's their name, Jess, who either is involved with this project where you find out that your DNA can match you to your perfect partner, and she's potentially matched to somebody that she can't see herself with and is like, oh my goodness, is this a mistake type thing. But I believe it's not. I believe we have soulmates occurring here. The last book I got, Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. It's an author that I have read from before. I read Talia Hibbert's The Roommate Risk and I really enjoyed it. So writing style, it should be on a winner. Storyline, however, I have heard nothing but praise. I know there are 3 books, I believe, in this kind of series, but I don't think necessarily they follow on. I think you can read them independently, but I'd have to check that. But we join Chloe, who's chronically ill. She almost dies, I believe, and gets a bit of a list of like things that she needs to do to get herself a proper life. I believe this guy agrees to help her tick off things on this list, and it looks like they fall in love. It sounds sweet. I have heard really, really good reports on this book, so this is quite high on my priority list. But that is my romance book haul. Let me know if you've read any of those, if you have, what you thought, and I can't wait to get started. I shall see you in the next video. Bye!